Well, had a ruckus morning this morning. Puppy dogs have been sowing their eats. I need to take them on a walk in the mornings, but I've been a little limited. Hurt my knee, so I've been only taking them on walks in the evening. But hopefully my knee will feel better in a week or two, and I'll be able to get them going again. So, oh, good morning, everybody. I'm gonna have some of my coffee. See if I can get rocking and rolling here. Oh, that didn't mess up the audio. I had the itch in my ear. Well, it's a pretty day today. Tomorrow we're supposed to have a solar eclipse. That'll be interesting. And the subject of the day is is how fast are you going to have a butler? The reason I want to answer this one is I was listening to All In podcast, which has some people with of money, but there are also people who have um, social and technological experiences business wise, and people tend to talk to them, give them their inputs, and then they coalesce it. And because they're businessmen, they're smart individuals, they also tend to evaluate pretty well. They are all over the map when it came to when will there be a uh, robot in your house with the ability to aid you. And the price point that they said that they wanted to estimate on was $1,000 a month to have a robot in your house that was helping you with living. And when I say living, I mean clothing, uh, cleaning them, washing dishes, taking care of the house, stuff like that nature. Now, I wanted to take my spin. Well, first, let me tell you, the range was pretty wide. So, one of the people that is uh, not as technologically savvy, but he definitely, I mean, he's not bad, uh, but he's of the group. He's uh, he's not the go-to guy for technology. He thought around 15 years. And he said that he thought adoption would be a little slower paced than what everybody's saying because it'll take a while. And the guy that's a little bit more half and half perspective and half technology, he thought about 4 or 5 years. You'll see the first of that happening. And the guy that's the smartest technology wise said he had a real problem with understanding when it would happen because he's not sure that people would want to pay $1,000 a month at any point in order to get those minor conveniences taken care of. He just didn't think that $1,000 was the price point at which you could have some of this stuff. So he thought that the focus of being in the house was um, an invalid question, or I shouldn't say invalid, but not the question we should be asking. He said that he thought that the bulk of the uh, movement in robotics will be in manufacturing. And he pointed out that there are some manufacturing robots that are already doing a lot of technology and, and help and aid with surveillance and analysis of areas that used to be very problematic in manufacturing. Everything from, you know, big natural gas uh, containers, being able to analyze them, looking for cracks, bridges, being able to analyze whether or not they look good and they're structurally sound. Those types of robots are in use, but he said he thought that was where the really explosive area would be. So I want to give my take on the Butler. I think it's half and half. My kids, I don't think they'd want to spend $1,000 a month for something to, oh, if you saw something shake, that was Luna bouncing her ball off my camera. Um, I think my kids wouldn't be interested in $1,000 a month Butler. That is a little bit steep for what they would get out of it because now my kids don't have children. If you had children and you're trying to not have the maintenance of the house and them consume your life, I could see $1,000 point. But I'm not going to talk to that because my children are out of the house. I'm older. I'm going to talk about me as an old man. $1,000 a month is actually a great price if it meant I could stay in my house and knew I had someone caring for my wife. My wife's health is not as great, or she's having a lot of physical issues at her age, and it's not quite in as good shape as me. And I'm already complaining to you guys about not being able to walk the dogs twice a day. I actually could, but I think I need to rest and let my uh, the injury recover a little bit. But my point is, $1,000 a month would allow me and her to have a little more free time, enjoy life a little bit more, and I'm not going to say a little bit more, a lot more. And I'll tell you some other things that would help out a lot is that uh, when you look around at our house, you can tell it's being maintained. There's a lot of things that my wife would like to do. She can't physically do. There's a lot of things that I would like to do, but work and then I take in between work, taking a short break on the weekends. A lot of things is just what do I have to do kind of thing, not what would be nice to do. So $1,000 a month probably would be something that would make quality of life of us as being old significantly better. So let's assume that there are people like me, and let's assume also, and 5 years from now, we're going to be wanting more, want a little bit more. When do I think it would be a possibility that I would have it available? I think the infrastructure is not quite there. not only the production level of enough robots to be available at that price point. I'm looking at you, Tesla. I think Tesla will be probably one of the spearheads of that. There are other people that are working on it, and their robots look amazing. I just don't know how they're going to produce them. Their production is what's going to be crucial. And it'll probably be one of those things where Tesla will produce the really good robots, and the others will produce ones that are a little bit more in need of constant maintenance and repair. But they may be able to have robots to do that. I will find out. But my point is, I don't think the infrastructure is quite there yet. The manufacturing. If you look at things like the Cybertruck, that, that when Tesla actually decided they wanted to put it in production, they had their stuff together and they were going to go. They're still only producing them at a very slow rate. It takes a while to get the manufacturing process down. So there will be a period of time where the process will need to be put in place. I think that process of the build out, when it starts, it hasn't started yet because they're still tweaking it. Let's say that they, let's say in a year, they just, that's pretty aggressive. In a year, they have a prototype they think they could mass produce. They would break ground and probably add an additional facility to go do that. They being Tesla. Other manufacturers would have to do the same thing. They either have to break ground to build their own, or scrap and revert some stuff. And I think that would be a, and so in a year, the ramp up to actually producing a large number of these would probably be 2 to 3 years before you'd start to see them. Now I'm going to go back to what the other guy said. Is it manufacturing or household? I think manufacturing is where it's going to start. The only reason I say that is because in manufacturing, you produce more. When you produce more, your GDP and your production rates go up. So I think manufacturing will be the beginning of it. Unfortunately, I want it, but I think it'll start there. So if it starts there, and with that build rate, I'm saying the earliest that you could possibly see a, a household version is about 6 to 8 years out. It makes me very sad. I want one much earlier than that. But that's my prediction. Pepper, you okay? Pepper, you okay? What are you? What's the matter? Oh, what's the matter? What's the matter? Come here. Come here. Move. Come here. Come here. What is it? What is it? Oh, you get something stuck. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Ow! Hello. Ugh. Okay. She has a stick stuck in her mouth. Uh, okay. So that's a good ending point. She had it jammed up in her upper teeth. Yes, you need to be careful when you eat stuff. A stick was jammed there. All right. I will end on my dog going crazy, having a stick jammed between its teeth, and because I need to go wash my hands. Well, All right. So that's my prediction. 8 years. I want it. I want it earlier than that, but we'll see. Bye for now.